Do you know who Hasan is?
I'm familiar.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
He's one of our preeminent political streamers.
No, we're really good friends with him.
We are really good friends with him.
We joke around, and sometimes we're a little hard on him. But
It's a little awkward because he hates Jews and is Jewish,
no,
but otherwise
we're
it's pretty
joking.
good.
We're all good friends. That's why you can go hard on him too. It won't be any problem.
True.
All right, here we go. Let's take a big listen. You ready?
He's the leader of Hezbollah, the general secretary of Hezbollah.
What's Hezbollah?
Hezbollah
Is that small guy?
Hezbollah is this is the same name.
Okay.
Hezbollah is a paramilitary organization that is also a part of the Lebanese parliament.
Do we like them or no?
I think as a resistance group, they're pretty successful against Israel. But everybody hates them. Like everybody in the region, a lot of people don't like them. Like
I like what you like.
I don't have an issue with them. Let's just say
Let's just say
they're
that.
Shia.
I just want to say, if you ever want to get on a foreign Arab's good side, all you have to really do, or I guess a Turkmen, is just kill a bunch of other Arabs, and then they'll always like you for some reason. Because, man, Hezbollah, they sure do like killing them Syrian civilians, and Houthis sure do like killing people in Yemen, and, Hamas sometimes sure do like killing Palestinians. And then you get so much credit from the white Westerners like Hasan for it.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, how do you feel about that? What do you think about that?
I mean, this isn't like I don't actually view this as like information.
Do you want to
think
make
other
any
people-
more
Do you think other people
non-statements?
view it as information?
This is kind of like, if I'm being honest here, this is kind of like you see Ben Shapiro supporting Israel, and you're like, this should really be the end of Ben Shapiro, but it won't be.
Oh.
Wouldn't
So
you
you-
expect Ben Shapiro to support Israel?
Yeah, I mean, you would expect Hasan to support Hezbollah.
Would you
Why?
really?
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
He
Why?
hates Israel, right?
Well, but
Oh, so he.
I mean, you can hate Israel and not support Hezbollah, no?
But like, if you really hate Israel, you have to support Hezbollah.
If I really hated Dan, would I have to support Hitler?
No, you wouldn't have to, but like, if you're looking at like radical, I don't know, like left-wing politics who hate the West, like they just inherently end
okay.
up supporting like China and Russia.
But don't
and
they
stuff.
say that like they don't hate the West? Don't they try to like at least LARP on that or grift on that position? That they don't hate America, they just
Wait,
want it to be better.
Well, I mean, it depends. Like, I mean, I think someone like Vosh would say that, right? Like a libertarian leftist or like a liberal socialist. But I think like someone who's more authoritarian left would probably just.
They never admit they're authoritarian left, though. That's my problem. Does it seem kind of weird that this guy is probably one of the most well-paid people downstream from Bezos? Like, how many people at Amazon do you think? Do you think like any mid-level like VPs at Amazon are making big 7 figures a year? I don't know if actually, to be fair, I don't know if Hasan makes that much anymore, but at least when he was signing his big Twitch contracts, it's kind of weird, right?
It's a little weird. I would say he's probably in the top 100 highest paid Amazon employees.
I wouldn't say employees, but like for people that like get compensated by
They get
Amazon.
compensated by Amazon. He's in the top 100.
It's kind of weird that he's like a super tanky, no?
What's the argument here? That he's like rich?
No, the argument is that he is participating in a highly exploitative capitalist system and skimming an ungodly amount of wealth in a way that he can live a hyper-consumerist lifestyle while simultaneously launching the most absurd and hollow critiques against that lifestyle while, I guess, honoring people who are like fucking terrorists against the West. Seems a tad hypocritical, right?
Heard.
So, for instance, like people can say like, oh, no ethical consumption or capitalism. That's true when you're like a plumber making $45,000 a year with 4 kids, right? And it's like, okay, well, this guy doesn't have a choice.
Okay.
But like, I feel like
Wait, just okay. Well, what should he do instead?
Does he believe in what he says, or does he?
Well,
not
yeah,
believe
that's
in
the
what he
first
says?
question. The first question is, does he actually believe in what he says? Because if he believes in what he says, it seems very hard. Like I have the opinion. Oh, hold on.
Take a step back.
Well, I'm trying not to get too seriously invested because I don't know if either of you are being serious.
I'm
I'm being serious.
genuine.
I'll let you know. You know when I'm not already.
I'm curious.
I have a very strong position on this, okay? And I think that if I was being offered money by like Hezbollah or the Houthis to go and do like a game show for them, I would expect that I probably wouldn't accept that deal because I would be uncomfortable promoting them or making money off of however they're funding their stuff, right? And Hasan, for as much as lefties like to draw a distinction between their type of work and others, ultimately is making money off of the exploitation of all of the people that maintain the data centers and services at Amazon, all of the people that are working in the mid-level jobs to ensure the fluidity of the company, like all of those people. So if he's making all this money off of it, and then I think the thing paired with it that hurts a lot isn't just that he's like surviving and then doing like politically effective action. It's that he is living as a hyper consumerist, right? Like he's got the $4 million WeHo mansion. He's got like the $250,000 Porsche. He wears like $1,000 shirts. He flies in a private jet for Coachella. Like it seems like he's living like his best capitalist life, you know? If he had like a, you know, a $500,000, maybe even like $1 million house somewhere, like a decent car, whatever, that'd be one thing. But he lives as like a hyper consumerist, like frat boy who's like critical of the West, and that lifestyle would be incredibly incompatible unless he was literally Saudi royalty or whatever in any other country that he seems to prefer to the United States. That's like the issue I have, I guess.
Okay.
But go ahead. What do you think? Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Do you have any comment on that whatsoever?
I agree completely.
Well, do you think that people who make a lot of money should, and so if your entire platform is that you should help people in need,
Yes.
Well, that's not to be clear, but go ahead.
well, he would like to certainly say that he's trying to help people in Gaza right now.
Help people in need should be the progressive platform. But for like
Should be.
tankies or far leftists, it's supposed to be an overthrow of like the owner system, the idea
fair
that
enough, fair
capitalist
enough.
owns the, yeah, okay.
If you really believed in something so much that it was like your personality, everything you do, would you put a lot of your resources towards accomplishing your goal?
I think I would, yes.
What percent?
I mean, I can actually attest to this as someone who is like doing that.
Sure.
I have ideals and goals and stuff, and I put like, I would say I put like a lot of my money into it. Maybe like half of it.
I think that's realistic. Like at the end of the day, we all do live in a society, and we have to have a roof over our heads. And you know, it's nicer to eat out at a fancy restaurant than it is at McDonald's, and it's nicer to have a nice car and a nice house and everything like that. But I think if you're at a point where if you have $10 million in the bank and you're criticizing someone small for doing something who has nothing, it's very hypocritical. Take some of that money and go do something with it.
Right. Well, I mean, this is actually a problem I have with a lot of YouTubers who make a lot of money and they don't do anything cool with it.
Yeah.
They don't like advance their values. They don't even make the production quality of their videos better. It's just kind of like, I don't even know where it goes. I mean, all these bread tubers making like $150K a month. Like, where does that go?
True. And what do you do with all your fucking time?
But it's like I'm not even like arguing. Like I think.
But I think that's fundamentally different though. Like it would be more like imagine a guy makes a ton of money and his videos still suck and you're like, wow, what do you do with money? But imagine all of his videos are about other people's videos sucking. I think that would be like more on brand. Because like if somebody's just wealthy and they weren't living their values or whatever, that's one thing. But when you're making your money off of a system that you are the embodiment of, the critique of, and like the main benefactor of, that's like really insane to me, I think.
I've changed my mind. I don't care for this Hasan guy very much.
Did you like him before?
Yeah, we debated him out of it. True.
Yes, I loved him. I was actually a big Hasan fan.
Really? When?
Now why? Because of his opinions about capitalism.
What do you not like about capitalism?
The labor theory of value.
I feel like, you know who I was talking to right now? It's kind of like a male version of Casey Tron. It's like, I don't know who am I getting real answers here, or am I just getting funny thoughts? Where's the real Dreg inside there?
Well, if you wanted me to deconstruct what I just did there, I don't think about Hasan at all, but I
Okay.
needed to have a strong opinion to
does.
keep the bit going.
Okay.
So I just pretended like I had some thoughts about it, so that
What are your thoughts about it? About a guy that claims to be like the fucking people's
Sounds like
champion?
he doesn't have thoughts
that makes,
about it. He just doesn't
He
give a
does
fuck.
have thoughts because I'm telling you right now. How would you feel about a dude that makes a fuck ton of money,
Okay, what I can tell you is I think
like a preacher?
Yeah, okay,
That
gotcha.
gets $1 billion jets or whatever, right?
And fucks kids.
All that shit. Okay.
is that serious?
Yeah, preacher. You don't think Catholic priests have ever fucked kids?
Oh, okay. I thought we were still talking about Hasan.
No.
No,
Yeah,
Jesus
we're
Christ.
using an example.
My
not,
God.
No, not a kid. Just
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. This is a very stressful environment to be in.
Jesus.
Listen. Okay.
Be more ironic.
You know how there's the faith ministers and they collect a lot of money and they live luxurious lives the whole time preaching about how you should take care of the poor and do everything, but they just live billionaire lifestyles? That's kind of not very pogger, right?
I get you.
Poggers is low on that. Would you concur?
Wait, do you know what Poggers is?
Yeah, it's a chat emote.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good. Good job.
It's when they go. It's the guy that goes, oh. But he
He
became,
does
like,
do that.
Wasn't he like a right winger or something? And
No.
he was canceled?
Oh, fuck.
No.
He was. He was a crazy conspiracy theorist.
Oh, the pog guy.
Go Tex.
Oh
Tanks.
my
Oh my God.
God.
Go Tanks. He's got a weird name like that. I didn't say that. That's not. You know what I meant.
Hey,
I certainly know what
No,
you
what's
meant.
his name?
In chat.
Go Gutex.
Oh my.
That's his name.
Or as Destiny calls him.
That's what I said.
Okay.
Okay.
I've heard this argument before.
Yeah.
Which one?
The argument that like
It's a good one. It's a classic.
the leftists are,
Have houses and drive cars. He's doing the straw man
houses and
version.
drive
Yeah,
cars.
go ahead.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
steal
Get
my
the
list.
big knockdown. To
But
the
no,
straw
it's,
man,
it's not like I've heard all these arguments a million times, and but like I've heard the arguments that the other guys make
Which is
that there's no unethical consumption under capitalism, yada
Which is a
yada.
cringe misunderstanding of what that means, but go ahead.
Yeah, but like I just axiomatically to cut through the noise of like actually having to hold these thoughts in my head, I just take the side of the most extreme guy, and this guy's more extreme. So I'm just.
you
like,
think he's
okay.
more extreme than us? He talks about mowing down protesters.
I talked about mowing down dipshit protesters that think it's okay to set buildings on fire at night. I
Yeah.
should have said rioters that think it's okay.
You chose poorly, my friend.
I'm way
Nuance.
more radical.
You're more radical than
I'm way
Hassan.
more radical.
You're more radical than Hassan.
I'm so
You know,
much more
actually, in this
radical.
day and age, where there's not a lot of people that take the positions that he do in reality.
We're
you know?
true.
So wait, who's more status quo? Is it you or Hassan?
Well, the status quo is radical right now.
Yeah, it's cool to be fringe, you know?
Yeah, it is very cool to be fringe.
And it's not cool to be like realistic.